what's up guys, Calendar99 here, and it's Christmas time again, and welcome to the first installment of my Christmas movie review saga. And today I wanted to start the Christmas season off, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite Christmas movies from my childhood. And no, I'm not talking about Frosty the Snowman or that Christmas Story movie that gets played to death every year. I'm talking about The Polar Express. Yes. The animated movie with that big train that takes kids to the North Pole. Yes, that's what we're talking about today. So let's get on with the story. The story of this film basically follows a young boy with absolutely no name whatsoever, except for Hero Boy is his name, who is asleep on Christmas Eve and is woken up by a loud train whistle parked right outside his house. And outside stands a conductor saying that the train's taking a bunch of kids to the North Pole to see Santa Claus. And this was an animated movie, and it was directed by Robert Zemeckis. Robert Zemeckis, whatever. Same director as the Back to the Future films. And pretty much most of the characters in this film are voiced and animated by Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks did a number of characters in this film. He did the conductor, he voiced the conductor, he did the hobo that is believed to be a ghost because he disappears throughout the film. And of course Santa himself. And I believe he does the movements of Hero Boy. But if you have not seen this movie, I would definitely check it out because this was one of the best films I've seen when I was really young. I saw it when I was like 5 years old because I was into the railroad train types back then. I was into that kind of stuff when I was young. And I got the movie for Christmas, and they were like, hey, if you're into trains, then you better check out this film. And it blew my mind. It was great. But another which I don't get why the characters literally have no names. I mean, Hero Boy, okay. They could have gave them real names. You had Hero Girl, which is the girl in the pink nightgown, and Billy, which is the boy in the boots and pajamas, who sits in the very last car of the train all by himself because I'm pretty sure he's antisocial, but yeah. And all these other kids, there's this one nerd kid called Know-It-All, and he has the glasses and he talks kind of like this, but he's kind of a weirdo. And then the conductor, which we already talked about. And then the hobo, of course. The two train engineers are probably the most hilarious people out of this film. There's one that's really fat. I don't remember the guys' names, but one guy's really fat and he's bald and he talks kind of weird. But he's the main engineer that drives the train. And then you have this real skinny engineer with this long beard that goes right down to his feet, and people intend to use it as if they're falling off because he's sitting on top of the train, and if somebody's falling off the front of the engine, somebody has to hold on to his beard, and he's always because it hurts, of course. But he's kind of weird. I think he is actually the fireman of the train. But those guys are really hilarious. The Polar Express itself is pretty much just a magical train. It has a couple of it has a couple of different functions and favorite scenes that I have of the film. There's a couple scenes where it goes really crazy, like like on the part where it goes on that really big roller coaster part, and it goes, and then at one point they reach the end of tracks because the tracks are covered by ice, and the end of this train has maybe about 10 cars, I'm not sure, maybe 5 or something, but it's going across the ice, and then the ice starts breaking and they start getting in the water until they find tracks in a canyon. And I just thought it was cool because normally trains don't have to have that kind of situation, but apparently it made it over the ice. And then the scene, the one of probably my most top favorite scene of the entire film inside the Polar Express would be the hot chocolate scene, with the tap dancing waiters and the chefs that serve the kids hot chocolate. They are just, I just thought that was an amazing scene with the hot chocolate song and everything. But for those of you who've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about, but it's awesome. The score for the Polar Express, I say, is really well done. The tune for the main Polar Express theme is the same rhythm as for the song "Believe" by Josh Groban, which is the song that plays in the end credits and to the beginning and end of this video that you're watching. It goes all together with the Polar Express, and I do think that, this movie does play the theme a little bit too much in between each scene, but it's still cool. There are some songs. There are some classic Christmas songs that you hear in this film, like you hear more when you're at the North Pole, like Silver Bells. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, White Christmas. Santa Claus is coming to town. All that stuff. And then, of course, this is another song for the purpose of the movie, like I mentioned, is the hot chocolate song that the guys sing when they're serving the kids hot chocolate. This is kind of a musical, too. There are some music singing in there, like when there's a song "When Christmas Comes to Town," and, of course, the main Polar Express song. But over and all, good score. Onto the scene when they actually make it to the North Pole to see Santa. The back car that the 3 kids are in gets disconnected from the other train and starts rolling down the hill to another part of the North Pole. And the kids have to rush through all these places of the North Pole to get back to where all the others are. One of the rooms that they happen to get lost in is the place where the presents are going on a conveyor belt to Santa's sleigh. But and apparently a present comes and it's to Billy, and he has to chase after it going down this huge chute, and that was like, oh my god, this is fun. You get that, like, this is so fun. I wish I could do that, almost like that. But and then the chute leads to the sack where all the presents go that Santa has to deliver to his sleigh. And they get caught by the elves. And these elves, you think, look like a lot of short people. Well, they are short, but they look all the same. They're wearing red and green tights and Santa hats, but they're kind of the same, but their faces are different. And they're all gathered to see Santa leave. But apparently, this hero boy, he doesn't believe in Santa Claus, so he doesn't hear the bells of the Santa sleigh, or he doesn't even see Santa when he comes out until a bell flies off the a bell flies off the reindeer and lands right below him. He picks it up and he's like, okay, I believe. And then he hears it. And then Santa sees him. He comes up right next to him and he finally sees Santa and can hear him. And Santa picks one kid from the audience to get the first gift of Christmas, and he picks Hero Boy, of all people. He invites him up to his sleigh to ask him what he wants for Christmas, whispers in Santa's ear. Sorry if I'm going kind of fast. I don't want to make this a really long video, so I apologize. But anyway, the Hero Boy whispers in Santa's ear. We don't really hear what it is, but all he says is me. Which, okay. So he gets the first gift of Christmas. And then the clock strikes and Santa has to go. But Santa lets Hero Boy take the bell with him, but when Hero Boy left his house before he got on the train, he took his blue house coat off of his bed. It was hanging on a pocket, so he pulled it off and it ripped the pocket, so there was a hole. And when he put the bell in that pocket, it slipped out and fell on the ground, but he didn't know that. And then, of course, Santa takes off with the reindeer and everything. And then when the kids are leaving the North Pole, and they're all back on the train, the kids all want to see, kids all want to see the bell that Hero Boy got, but then he doesn't have it because of the hole in his pocket. And they try to go back out and see, and he says, I lost the bell from Santa's sleigh. And they're like, don't worry, we'll find it. It was on Santa's sleigh. How are you going to find it? He took off. I mean, really. But, of course, the train's got to start moving. It takes everybody home. And the kids go home. The next day is Christmas morning. Hero Boy, his little sister open presents. And then Hero Boy ends up getting the bell that he lost for Christmas in the same type of red and white stripe box that Billy's gift was in that he was chasing after. And all that. And inside, it was a note that said, found this on the seat of my sleigh. Better fix that hole from your pocket. And his name, Santa Claus' name labeled Mr. C. That's different other than just calling him Santa Claus, but yeah. And then that's pretty much the end of the movie. But, yeah. Definitely a great film to check out. Definitely a great Christmas movie to check out. This film will just blow your mind. It's amazing. But, yeah. Great film. Everything. I definitely recommend checking it out. And that is good. That is it for my review of the Polar Express. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe for more content. If you have any questions, post it down in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. And thanks for watching my first Christmas movie review. See you guys later. We were